What's up, everyone? So, I'm watching the price right here. Um, Last time before Wednesday's drop, I had marked up this red level that wasn't filled yet of the 4 hour. As you guys can see, on Wednesday we dropped really hard at 8:30 a.m., filled that level, and then used it as support here for those higher prices, which is a very clean trade. Now, created Asian session this Wednesday night and we melted lower, leaving Asian highs intact. I was watching this area here. That's the area I'm watching. However, this down close candle, if they're in a hurry to get to the monthly high, they're most likely not even going to tap this area. So that is what I'm going to be watching. Um, I am waiting because it's still 8:58 and we have 9:30, which could be a manipulation time. That they do take the price lower, take out anyone who bought early here, and then they push higher to the weekly high. So that is what I am waiting for to see if we get. And if we were to enter here and the trade goes our way, it would be around 400 to 500 points. So I'm going to mute myself here. I was just giving you guys the background of my ideas, of what I was thinking. And I want to see price take these highs, maybe even get into this area right here, which is a bearish area. There, we have a bearish area here, but we also have several areas of inverse fair value gap. As you guys can see, we tapped this area here already, and the inverse fair value gaps are here. So this would be an inverse fair value gap, and this would be an inverse fair value gap because you already got traded through. And honestly, I'm going to use that one here. I'm not going to extend it because, as you guys can see, we traded through it, used it as resistance. This came up to take out these highs here and fill in this bearish fair value gap. And then one lower. So I'm watching this area here. My entry levels are 21,836 levels, if depending on how price moves. We also have a gap right here. So that is the areas that I will be watching. So the levels we have here is from that previous level here. So this red level is our 4-hour bearish SIBI. Okay, so I'm going to go to the 4 hours to show you guys what I mean. It was the 4-hour bearish SIBI from here. Not even the 4-hour. Wait a minute. What is this? 1 hour. That's weird. Let's see. 15. Okay. So I was lying. It's the 15-minute. We had a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. As you guys can see, we tapped into it. Came lower. Respected near the 25% level. Traded to the 75. Consolidated. Filled it in. This right here, this one is the 4-hour. This one. The orange with the red outline. I apologize if it is a little bit confusing. But as you guys can see, I would say this is like the 25% level. We tapped into it to push higher. And we're inside of this 15-minute level. If you were to take a look right there, we tapped it. And we tapped that bearish fair value gap as well. Now notice, within this 15-minute, which is a bearish level that we already traded through, and we traded back inside of. So now we're trading inside of this 15-minute level. The area that most looks like the best entry for me to enter if I am targeting higher prices and if they do want to use this bearish level as support is this orange area. Doesn't it look clean? We have an inverse fair value gap. We have a bearish fair value gap that was disrespected, which is not going to be utilized as support. And we have a bullish fair value gap here and a volume imbalance here. Why so many PDA levels and discount raise here, you know? So that is what I'm going to be watching. We are trading M&Q, and we're going to go down to a smaller time frame because ideally we want to make sure we're having the least amount of risk possible. But as you guys can see, the low of this candle, if we were to enter at the very tip of the volume imbalance, that's still 96 points. Now, do 96 points if you were to do one contract, which is 50 cents. It's around $48 that you're risking. And obviously, that doubles as you do contracts. So if you do 2 contracts, it'd be about $100 that you're risking. If you do 3 contracts, that's about $150, and then so on. So let's see what happens here. I am going to wait till 9:30 open, and I will most likely not be on the charts during 9:30 open, but I'm not in a rush to trade at all today, so we'll see what happens. Today is Thursday, but as you guys can see, there's no more news for today. The last news was at 8:30, and we have news tomorrow at 8:30 as well. So 8:30 was right here, and that's when we got that big push higher. And it's funny how news pushed price higher, because maybe that just goes to show to us that they are looking to take prices higher, and this was the manipulation. But we'll see. Anything can happen. As you guys can see, we are struggling to make a higher high here after tapping that bearish fair value gap, but let's see how we react here. This is the 25% level of that 15-minute fair value gap. And then this area here is our 15-minute bullish fair value gap that we tapped into at 4 a.m. during London. So this is London lows, okay? So I don't think they're going to come and raid London lows. As you guys can see, we had a fair value gap here. which was disrespected a little bit, but then traded up higher and respected here. The bodies of the candles didn't really close 100% like I thought. I like uh, like I would like to see. However, you also have to keep in mind we have the bearish level here. So you see that how the candles hit perfectly over here. This is our level that was bearish but turned inverse. So I'm gonna make this black so it's different from our volume imbalance level. And honestly, that's what we're watching.